Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on Enrichment Geometry Part 2. For the above diagram, find W, M and X, and the answer will all be in degrees. So we remember a very important rule from previous videos that the three angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we take this triangle here, we can see that W plus 56 plus 78 gives you 180. So when we add those two together, that gives us 134. So W plus 134 gives us 180. So W must be 180 minus 134. So W is 46 degrees. Okay, so there's W. That's 46 degrees. To find M, we remember that vertically opposite angles are equal. We did that rule in previous videos. So, since W equals 46, which we've just found, M must also be 46. That gives you 46 and 46 vertically opposite angles. Now that we have found M, we are able to find X. Because X plus 62 plus the value of M that we've just found, they add up to 180. So X plus 62 plus 46 is 180. X plus 108 gives you 180. So X must be 180 minus 108. So X is 72 degrees. So the problems are very straightforward if you just remember those simple rules that we learned earlier. From the above diagram, we need to find the value of y. So we're after that letter there. In order to do that, we need to find the value of m and k first. So we have to find that value, and then that value, and that'll enable us to find that value there. In an earlier video, we saw that adjacent angles on a straight line add up to 180. In other words, M plus 129, that gives you 180 degrees. So there's the equation. So M's 180 minus 129, so M is 51 degrees. So that's 51 degrees there. K, we have the same rule. K plus 138 is 180. So K equals 180 minus 138. So K is 42. So we found M as 51 degrees, K is 42 degrees. So Y, okay, plus M plus K must be 180. So Y plus 51 plus 42 is 180. Y plus 93 is 180. So Y is 180 minus 93. So the value of Y is 87 degrees. So you can see that they're not very difficult problems if you just progress slowly and you work up to the answer, or the answer that you need. You will work up to that later on after you've done the initial calculations, which all involve basic rules that we learnt earlier. For the above diagram, we need to find angles A, B, C, D, E. Now this looks complex, but it isn't. Just take your time and let's see how we go. Let's look at A first. Okay, so we're going to find A first. Well, let's just focus on the large triangle. See the large triangle there? Well, we've already got 50 degrees there, and here we've got 90, so that's going to help us enormously. Because we know that the three angles of a triangle add up to 180. So A plus 50 plus 90 gives us 180. A plus 140 gives us 180, so A is 180 minus 140, so A must be 40 degrees. See, so A is 40. Now we saw in an earlier video, remember, that when we have a triangle like this, see that, and we have two strokes on there like that, that tells us that those two sides are equal, which means that triangle is isosceles, which means that the two angles here, that one, is equal to that one. Now we saw that in an earlier video. So the angles opposite the equal sides are equal. In other words, this B, right, that B there, that must be 40 degrees. because this triangle here is an isosceles triangle because those two sides are equal. So B must be 40. So we've already found B. There you are. Now we have to find C, which is this one. Well, that's easy. C plus A plus B is 180. So C plus 40 is 180. C plus 80 is 180, because 40 plus 40 is 80. So C equals 180 minus 80, so C is 100. So now we find A, B and C. 40, 40, 100. Now we're going to find D. Now we just saw in the previous example that the adjacent angles on a straight line add up to 180. So D plus C is 180. D plus 100 is 180. So D is 100 and 80 minus 100. So D must be 80 degrees. And in a similar manner, because that's an isosceles triangle, E is also 80 degrees because it's an isosceles triangle. So you can see how you just work through progressively. Don't panic, doesn't matter if there are a lot of letters there. Start at a particular point and work through, and if you remember the rules, it's quite straightforward.